Welcome back everybody to the Tekkit Experiment. My name's Warrior009 and as you guys can see I'm already wearing most of the gem armor. Today we are actually going to finish making the gem armor. We're going to be making hurricane boots and like it says here we're completing the gem armor, so once we make the hurricane boots and get the entire set going then we can actually do some more things. I am in a single player world but I'll talk about that a little bit later. Once we're done with the gem armor we're going to compare it to the quantum suit because these are really the top two tiers of armor. We have our gem armor and we have our quantum suit armor. They're very similar in certain ways and then they're very different in other ways. So you guys will see the differences and then you guys can kind of decide what you want to do, especially in future if you're not going to do a power suit armor or anything like that. So then once we are done comparing and kind of wrapping up the episode, we'll talk about future episodes. But today we do need to make hurricane boots. This is going to involve red matter boots, which you've already made, Klein Star Omegas, which we already have and are actually charged, which is nice, and we need 2 Swiftwolf rings. So you guys have seen the Swiftwolf rings before. Buster and I made them a long time ago. I don't currently have mine because, like I said, I am in a single player world. The hurricane boots don't work well at all in multiplayer, kind of like the other things. So I'm in the single player world. This is actually the one that would be technically available to download. As you guys can see, there's no solar panel factory, there's no UV matter factory because the download happened before those two things were made. So those things aren't there, but they're not really needed today. So that's why I was able to come into the single player world and do stuff. And the frame rate's a little bit better. So we're actually going to go inside. We're going to make our red matter boots. Actually, we already have them. So I need to make sure I have dark matter. I think we'll just take, oh, we already have a stack, so we're already kind of ahead of the game, but we'll get inside, we'll look up the recipe for hurricane boots and our not enough items here. Hurricane boots are already typed in, which is even better. Hurricane boots. So we're going to need our red matter boots, Klein Star Omega, and 2 Swiftwolf Rending Gales, or Swiftwolf rings, whatever you want to call them. So we need to make 2 of these, a couple iron bands, feathers, and dark matter. I'm hoping we have feathers. We have 3 feathers. That's not going to be enough. So, luckily enough, this isn't FTB, and I can actually condense crap. So, we'll take a... It's kind of overdoing it, but throw you in there. Perfect. Didn't even have to use them all. Throw the diamond back in there. So, for the Swiftwolf rings, we're going to need 8 feathers, 8 dark matter, and 2 iron bands. Iron bands, we've already made these, so iron and buckets of lava, we can do that real quickly. Yeah, we'll take this. I wish Buster was here because then I could just take his ring, but oh, we already have 2 buckets of lava. I'm already prepared. That doesn't happen very often. So we'll make our iron bands here. You guys should probably already know how to make these. So 2 iron bands. We will put those back in. Put our feathers and our dark matter. And we have our Swiftwolf Rending Gales. So we'll take one of these, and as you guys probably already know, this kind of makes it so you're in creative mode. You can double tap jump, or whatever your jump button is, so it's going to be space for me, and you can fly around. The colors are different every once in a while. What the hell happened there? That was weird. Oh, I think that's one of my abilities. Is it the leggings? I think it's the leggings. If I press shift, I fall really quickly. You guys probably weren't able to see that in the multiplayer world. So another thing we could do, I believe V. Nope, that's what it is. Alright, so I right click, I can shoot a little feather at these guys, and that's getting really annoying, but I could shoot them away. And then even better, when it's raining, I'm not going to have the rain on very long because, oops, wrong button, want that one. The rain's kind of loud, but once the rain's on, if you right click again towards the ground, it shoots lightning. So if you guys remember, if you are from here from a long time ago, I mean, we're talking, oh boy, no. That works. So I'm talking like 30 episodes ago, maybe even more than that, when we first originally made these, and then Buster and I had a really cool lightning fight. So those are a couple of the Swiftwolf Rending Gale things, abilities. You are also immune to falling damage, so that's always a nice thing. We were always using them around a lot because of the quantum suit armor didn't have a flying ability. Once we make these into our hurricane boots, we are going to have a limited flying ability. It's not going to be as good as the Swiftwolf Rending Gale. So if you guys want just a normal creative mode experience, you really just want to keep one of these available for you. But we will make the hurricane boots, so we'll throw... That one's already been used, so we need one of these. Hurricane boots, those aren't them, those are red matter boots. That one, and our 2 Swiftwolf rings. And this will make us our hurricane boots. So now gem armor is complete. But what the hurricane boots do, they allow you to have immunity to fall damage. You do need to activate these, kind of like the other things. So V actually activates your offensive modes, at least for me. So if you guys don't know, you need to go into your controls and look it up. So now they are active, and I'll press G, which is my other active button, and this turns all infernal movement enhancements disabled. So we'll turn those back on. And now, as you guys can see, I am currently sprinting. I'm not double tapping on my sprint button, but I am always sprinting. Doesn't really look like it, but I am sprinting. You will fall more slowly. So another thing with the movement, if you jump, you can rise. As you guys can see, I don't have my ring, and then you'll fall more slowly. Now if you get up here and you get really up high and you want to get down quicker, you can hold shift if you have the leggings, the gravity greaves. So the hurricane boots just allow you to fall more slowly. It does allow you to ascend, to kind of go up in the air, almost like you have a jetpack on. It has the same, very similar flight to it. So it's actually kind of nice to be able to fly around like this. It does kind of suck that you're not able to stop up in midair, kind of like with the Swiftwolf rings, but get rid of you guys. Alright, so it does allow you to move faster horizontally and vertically, so as you guys can see, it will go faster in the Swiftwolf ring this way and this way. I mean, it's negligible. I mean, you don't really... It's not that much faster, but it is faster. And it doesn't work on multiplayer at all. I mean, it's very bad. So that's why I'm in my single player world. But now that we have all of the gem armor, we have the Abyss helmet, the Infernal armor, gravity greaves, and hurricane boots. Now that we have everything, our passive abilities allow us to breathe underwater. So you guys have probably seen this before. We'll just jump back in here. But what will happen is the little bubble thing will run all the way down. We are immune to fire and lava, which is also really nice. So we have a little lava thing over here that we'll go to once the bubbles go back up like it should right now, or it just stays at 1. So some of the abilities, it sends the little bubble thing back up all the way to the top. But we'll go jump into our little pool of lava here, and it doesn't hurt us. So that's another passive ability. You don't need to turn anything on to have that happen. And then we are immune to fall damage, so we don't get hurt, which is really nice. So you can just kind of jump around, float around, whatever you want to do, and you will never take fall damage. Offensive abilities. So our offensive abilities are turned on by using V. Oops. You cannot have one of these like equivalent exchange things in your... These are red matter, so... But it won't... Since the charge button is the same, you need to be somewhere else. So Infernal offensive mode disabled. We'll turn that on. So if we press R, this should shoot lightning. Like there. Explosion, I don't want to do that right here because that would be bad, but explosion is C. So as you guys can see here, it makes a pretty good... Wow, I made a really good one. Holy crap. In the multiplayer, it made a really weak one, but that one was huge. Okay, and slowing enemies by shift. So if we could get this guy, and I'm going to turn the rain off just because of the sound. Wonder why he doesn't see me. No, don't die. Aw. Well, you can slow enemies by pressing shift. So if you're like really trapped in a corner somewhere. Ah, man, this frame. The frames. 20. 18. Oh, come on, you can do it. There we go. Nope. This really doesn't like me looking at like one specific direction, but So you could shoot lightning, you can make an explosion, and you can slow enemies. The protective, obviously, it allows you to fall more slowly, immune to falling damage type thing. So once again, those are kind of passive. You can increase the free falling speed like I showed you before. So by pressing shift, we fall down really quickly. So not a huge use for that, but whatever. Movement, we're able to, by just pressing forward, we are currently always sprinting. But that's only when these are toggled on. So with the G button here, infernal movement disabled, and now active. So, and that allows us to fly up and down and stuff. So if you don't want that on, you can just turn that off, and then you won't have anything. So that's really nice. In all, the gem armor does very well. I like certain aspects of it, other aspects I don't like. In terms of damage reduction, I mean, it's almost the same as Quantum Suit. Technically, gem armor is a 90% damage reduction, so technically you have 1,000 hearts worth of damage. So if you guys can see here, there's, I think, 10. Yeah, you currently have 10, so times that by 100, you get 1,000 hearts. The bad thing is, as you guys can see, my hunger bar does not replenish. Now, if we were to take this off, our gem armor here, and we will put our Quantum Suit armor on, so we'll look like Buzz Lightyear again, like that, the hunger bar went up. So that's one of the passive abilities as long as these are charged. I believe it's the helmet that does that. And look away from all the moving things. So the Quantum Suit armor allows us to have a full hunger bar. Obviously it won't go all the way, so you will need to eat up if you lose any damage, but you shouldn't as long as all of this is charged. We can run faster. The buttons are going to be, I think it's caps lock? No. Control? Yeah. Control allows us to run a lot faster, so this is like 3.4 times faster or whatever, and we're able to jump higher. Now I don't have my I don't have my Swift Wolf ring. Do I have one? No, we use both of them in the thing, that's right. So I can't just fly around normally. I can jump higher, but as you guys can see, I do fall. And technically you take fall damage, but this has so much damage reduction that you don't take any heart damage. So it will take away from the charge though. One of these, yeah, this one is going down. That one's going down mostly because of the food though. So you do need to keep this charged. With the gem armor, you don't need to keep it charged. So if you guys don't have a nuclear plant or anything where you have lots of charge that you would like to keep this charged with, then you should go with gem armor. This is a little bit more difficult to make. It takes a little bit more. But, I mean, it's really up to you guys what you guys want to make. I like both. Both do a very good job. Both have extremely good defense, which is what most people are looking for. The gem armor has a lot more offensive abilities, which is kind of cool, like I showed you with the lightning bolt and stuff like that. Now you can get that through the Quantum Suit armor, but it's not through the armor itself. So what I mean by that, you'd have to have some sort of item, whether it's the Swift Wolf ring if you want lightning. The Red Morning Star, Red Qatar do a very good job of keeping you offensively abled. So another thing, like what I was saying about the gem armor not having the food replenishment, there's a very easy way around that. I mean, either you keep food with you at all times, or you make one of the body stones. The body stones, like I showed you guys, I believe for the infernal armor. Yes, so the body stone, 2 red matter, lapis, and sugar. That keeps your hunger bar up as long as it's on, and then if you have a Klein star, you'll never really run out of hunger bars. So that's a very easy way to kind of get around that. I mean, if you're able to make the gem armor, you're going to be able to make, well, you have to make a body stone first of all, so you're going to be able to make 2, and then you can kind of get around that aspect. So so today, I mean, this was a very short episode. We did make hurricane boots. We completed the gem armor, so that's another step done in the Tekkit Experiment. We are trying to wrap this series up. We're trying to convert it over into FTB. There's a lot of cool things going on in FTB, a lot of new things that are not in this series that I am not able to do no matter what in this series, unless I was to physically put in more mods, which I don't want to do. I don't that's just too much work for me. So did a little bit of comparison of the gem armor versus the quantum suit. As you guys, I mean, they're different colors. They do very good job of defense, like I was saying. This is just going to be another quick overview. Very good job of defense with both. These have a little bit more abilities built into the armor. Obviously, this one has the hunger bar, like I was saying. This one does not, so it keeps your hunger bar filled. Other than that, I mean, they are very similar. They do a very good job, both of them. I mean, you won't hate yourself for making either one of them. So if you make the gem armor, you're going to be very happy with it. If you make the quantum suit armor, you're going to be very happy with that. If you guys want to know about another armor, there's power suit armor that I've been making in the Volts series, I believe. I made it in the Volts. I haven't made it in FTB yet. It is in the FTB series or mod pack, so I will probably be making that just because it makes a lot of things very easy. There's a cool power glove and all that stuff, which kind of combines a lot of things. So if you guys have any ideas for future episodes, whether it's for the Tekkit Experiment, for Volts, or for FTB, just let me know. Leave them in the comments, leave them on the Twitter, anything like that. I usually, for the most part, see things. Once again, if you guys have not seen the last couple episodes, I have a summer job now. I do play a lot of golf, so if I don't get to you as soon as possible, like before, don't worry, I will see things. If it warrants a response, I will respond to you. So, but if you guys have any great ideas, anything whatsoever, leave them. I will give the credit to you for the idea. If you say make this and it's not already like implemented in the series or whatever, I will say so and so from the subscribers made this idea, told me to do it, and this is what we're going to do today. So that's always an incentive for you guys. You guys kind of get that so-called shout out or whatever. So if you guys did enjoy this episode, I know a lot of you have enjoyed the Tekkit Experiment, so if you guys did enjoy this episode, please leave a like. Shares and favorites do help me out because it gets me out to more people. The more people that watch this series, the more people that can suggest things, so that's always that's always the best for this series. Better thing, best for the series. Everything's better in all. So once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and have a nice day.